Okay, YouTube, I've got one for you, and this is Beastie Boys' 1998 album, Hello Nasty. Now, before you even think about what's going to happen, just make sure you know that this is completely not a good album, but there are still songs on it that you probably are going to want to hear. Now, really, if I wanted to sum this review up in 20 seconds, I would say that the only real song you need to have off this album is Intergalactic. But with most music, I do have the ability to find more than a few good songs, but there is about 22 songs on here. It's not really skits, but there's a bunch of like jibber jabber and that kind of stuff. So the thing that bothers me a lot about this project is just the messiness of it. It feels like they're more sketchy type folks than just finding a template and running with it. So this is the biggest thing that bothers me about them. Really in other words, what this means is you're not gonna hear the same song twice. That's really the thing. It feels like most of the time they do something, they're done with it before the song is even over. This is incredibly annoying. This is incredibly irritating. This makes for a very weak listen on any front, no matter in what discussion. So that's just something to know. Obviously, Intergalactic is good, but don't think for a second that there's going to be a clone of that song. So, there were singles that were supported, but you just have to really loosen up your tolerance for music if you're going to hope to like some of the stuff that's on here. So besides that, me liking 4 songs out of 22, the 4 songs were The Move, Remote Control, Intergalactic, and Negotiation Limerick File. Now all of these happen to have like kind of thumpiness. The rap rock sound of Licensed to Ill is no longer here, but the Move was pretty much a thumper, and I felt the same thing about Intergalactic. Now that one was pretty snaky, and it just sounded like some kind of horror type thing, which it's not horrorcore, but it sounds really depressed almost, which is strange because the hook sounds so futuristic. But the thing further to that is The Move is the other one. Most of the singles, if you're going to go out to this album and look for more songs released to the radio, the main surprising thing about it is just the fact that, once again, this draws in so many people that there's probably certain folks that only like a song that I am directly saying I don't like. So that's kind of the draw of it is, it's almost as if everybody gets one. But, this is very alienating just because you can't get used to them enough to want to find some fun things on here. So this album's going to get a 1 out of 10. And obviously I was thinking, Wikipedia said that this album was rap rock. And I know that they kind of departed from that style, but I was thinking there would have been at least like maybe 4 or 5 songs on this album that had it, and I could have given it like a 4 out of 10 and eventually bought it, but it really kind of tests my patience in so many ways. And, obviously I like the song Intergalactic, but at this point, this is not a winning formula. So that's where it stands. The social score I will give a 3.5 out of 10 because it did have multiple singles. And just like I said, there is the chance that other people may have like their 1 or 2 songs that they like. But it's a big album. It's 22 songs. So, alright. The future Beastie Boys have broken up. One of their members is deceased. So, this is shitty. Yeah, so the only other thing to say is, can this record be topped? I think the answer is an obvious yes.